Hey guys, my name is Nora Franche, and welcome to the podcast Grateful Blessed Mess, daily reflections for those in the 12 steps. I am a fellow 12-stepper and certified mindset coach, and I am here to introduce you to the value of mindset coaching in your 12-step journey. So if you feel like you are stuck in the steps, if you're slipping and sliding with your abstinence, mindset coaching may help you as it did me, and you can find me at catholicmindsetcoaching.com. These episodes are meant to invite you in to consider the truths of 12-step wisdom and to join in the very real struggle of living them in action. I hope that it feels almost like a mini meeting, and I invite you to contribute your own share on the Grateful Blessed Mess Facebook group to keep the discussion going. My comments are based on my own experience, so feel free to take what you like and leave the rest. But my hope is to encourage you on your own daily 12-step journey. As they say, you cannot stay clean on yesterday's shower. So without further ado, let's begin. Hey guys, we're reading from A Day at a Time, February 9th. Reflection for the day. The slogan, live and let live, can be extremely helpful when we are having trouble tolerating other people's behavior. We know for certain that nobody's behavior, no matter how offensive, distasteful, or vicious, is worth the price of a relapse. Our own recovery is primary. And while we must be unafraid of walking away from people or situations that cause us discomfort, we must also make a special effort to try to understand other people, especially those who rub us the wrong way. Can I accept the fact in my recovery that it is more important to understand than to be understood? Today I pray. When I run headlong into someone's unpleasant behavior, may I first try my best to understand. Then, if my own sobriety seems threatened, may I have the courage to remove myself from the situation. Today I will remember, live and let live. Yes, boundaries. So important. I think that there's something interesting here. So me personally, I have some parts of me that are like, no, this is not okay. If their behavior is not okay, like something needs to be done about it. And there's a cognitive distortion there that I can change someone else's behavior. I can influence someone, but I cannot make them change. If I'm forcing someone else to change, I'm acting outside of my own dignity because I'm impeding on somebody else's freedom. So I've mentioned this quote before, but JP2 has this line that it is better to allow someone to do evil than to force them to do good. And I love this line because it's so provocative. But the thing is that it tells us very squarely what our priorities are within our values. And God made us with a free will. And even He allows us to use it at all times, for better or for worse. And so it is the call of the Christian life to love someone by not taking their free will from them. Now, really, no one can take our freedom from us because we always have the freedom to choose how we think and how we want to respond to someone. But we cannot, when we try to manipulate someone, we are pushing in on their free space. So I want you to think of somebody's own personal bubble. Like we all have our own personal bubble. And in some circles, you might hear that called your locus of control. And it's like the serenity prayers, the things that I have control over, the things I have ownership over, the things that I have authority over to change, to control. This is what we learn about in 12 steps. And so it's a bubble. Think of it like a balloon, okay? I have my own balloon of my thoughts, emotions, actions, values, beliefs, choices, decisions, responsibilities. That's my own balloon, okay? And each individual has their own balloon of those very same things, the very same things that they're responsible for, their thoughts, emotions, actions, decisions, choices, values, belief systems, okay? They're responsible for that. When I try to force my balloon into someone else's balloon, I cannot actually, like, if you push two balloons together, one balloon is never going to be able to like penetrate another. You cannot take someone else's free will from them. It's just not possible. But they can feel you pushing on and smushing them and distressing their environment. They can feel that. And oftentimes, if someone doesn't know that it is their freedom to choose, they'll feel forced into a decision. And so when we use our own bubble to smush into another person's bubble, we're distorting both our bubbles, both our balloons. Both our balloons are getting misshapen. Okay? And that's not the design of a balloon. It is meant to be round and floaty. Okay? I apologize for the imperfections of this analogy, but I just wanted to give you some sort of visual to understand what it is, what boundaries are, and the importance of them, and the fact that I don't think we realize that when we try to force our desires onto another person, that it's both parties that get hurt. We're hurting ourselves in that we're acting outside of our design, and we're hurting another person because we're smushing into their space. And so whether it's someone doing it to you or you doing it to someone else, both parties get hurt. And so when we take responsibility for our own things, we're not only honoring the other person, but we're protecting our own dignity. And that will help keep us sober. With that, I pass. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. If you feel that mindset coaching could help you on your 12-step journey, please feel free to reach out and find me at catholicmindsetcoaching.com. This is not a replacement for 12-step work. This is something outside of the 12 steps. It is simply something that has a heart for the 12 steps and those who are in it. And so, welcome. If you are here, chances are you may also be a bit of a mess, and I hope that you can learn to find some gratitude in the blessings that have come from your messes.